It's week number 7, I should say, huh? I think 8 in college football, 7 in the National Football League. Yep, we're almost halfway there again. And there's a London game going on. I think it's in London, right, with the Rams and the Jaguars. We got that going on. I had the Devontae Adams anytime touchdown, but he just scored a second. I should have bet the 2. Oh, well. Anyways, Ramon, good to see you, my friend. If anybody looks down here right now, we got a limited time offer. Kegg's like, all right, let's get people a discount. We said, okay, me and Maddie go about Nuke 30 for 30% off your first sign up here. So you'll get an NFL, NASCAR, MMA, NBA, NHL, Nuke 30% off. Kegger's up over 110 units this year. Our lead college football analyst is Ramon, but he's also a pretty damn good NFL bettor, and you and I are going to run through this slate. You know, I'm looking at this slate, Ramon. First of all, I'm not down in the studio. I'm upstairs. It's sunny. It's just too nice to be downstairs. I'm waiting for my Magpie and Blue Jay friends to come over and eat the worms I left them. But weather today is an issue. Now, everybody's been freaking out about this Cleveland game. Oh, it's 100-mile-an-hour winds. It's not going to be good weather. I mean, there's no doubt, but early in the game, you'll have winds around 15 miles an hour. You'll have gusts 25 to 30. And the big issue there is the rain. We don't worry about the rain unless it's a deluge, and we'll see what that field condition's like there. We do have some rain in some other places, but I don't think we should be freaking out. Like New England at Tennessee, yeah, 15 mile an hour is most of the game, 30 mile an hour gust. That's not great, but we can adjust live betting there. Jets, Carolina, same thing. Gust, 25-30. Later in the game, 15 miles an hour, third in the game. Not too worried about that. Saints at the Bears. Rain, 15 mile an hour winds. The gusts will come in around 30. It'll taper off. I don't see the debacle of weather games that people have been saying. Are we going to have one or two? Probably. Does that Cleveland game look as bad? No, not as people were saying. But, hey, maybe you're on a different weather service. What's going on, Ramon?
I'm on Kevin Roth's weather service. I think he sent out a tweet that said that the severe wind warnings were going to be reduced here an hour before kickoff. So I'm not worried about it either, especially that was a game that seemed to be the most concerned right now. I'm looking at his maps here real quick, and I just only made a little opportunity maybe to get a little action on the over there a little bit. I'm not too – it is going to rain throughout the day, it looks like, in Cleveland, but we're not going to get that crazy wind blowing. If the kicks are missed, it's because the kickers are just bad.
Yep, 100%. Just want to let everybody know. Drop your best bet in the chat. Ramon and I could talk about it. Also, if you go to the Nuke the House X channel, retweet this live broadcast. Come on, there's so many of us that know each other, at least through the shows and stuff. We got a great community here at Nuke the House, nukethehouse.com. That includes you, Ramon. Go to our Nuke the House Twitter channel, retweet the live feed. Let's get going. What are we nuking? Well, hopefully the 1-4 and Sunday night slate and Monday night as well, but we're going to find out here in just a moment. So we'll begin with that Tennessee hosting the Patriots game. My guy Tyler, my co-host on Nuke the Props, gave out Drake May passing yards over. I think that's sitting at 228.5 right now. Vrabel and the boys going into his old stomping ground. 6.5-point favorites, Ramon.
Hey, I love the angle with the storyline, if you will, with Vrabel. But you know who else is pretty good, Holden? Mike McCoy. He's a good dude, and he's a good coach, and I'm glad he's getting a chance here again. And he was on a fast track with the San Diego Chargers back in the day, and then they ran into a couple of bad seasons, and that was it. He probably shouldn't have been fired for as good as he was, but that was just the way the Chargers were doing business back. And I'm so glad he's got another opportunity. And I look for improvement from Tennessee here moving forward for the rest of the season every single week with Mike McCoy. I think he'll get this job eventually, and I'm going to take him against the Patriots in this game. This is where it turns around for the Titans because I'm putting my money on my man, Mike McCoy. I also think this one could go over because, look, Patriots, that defense is great. I'm really happy, though, that we've seen some improvement finally from Ward, and McCoy's going to stick with him here. So, maybe this one gets up there a little bit and Tennessee gets in through the back door.
Saints at the Bears. Here's another 1:00 game. Optimizer says go out and back some Caleb Williams today. So the Saints, this line is down. Is it really down to 4 now? Because I saw this line a lot more earlier in the week, 5.5. Somebody I trust a lot with sides and totals said 5.5. So I bet the Saints at 5.5. Holy moly, this thing came down to 4 at some shop. 3.5 at the score if you have that, but 3.5 at FanDuel. Wow, Ramon, a lot of money coming in on the Saints this week.
They are. It's going to be a good week for the Saints. They're going to stay in this game for sure because I think we're going to see their offense continue to improve a little bit, especially against this Bears team that does not stop the run very well. That's going to help Kamara loosen things up for them, and my favorite receivers are in position for a good game. Talked about it, with Taysom Hill starting to get involved a little bit, doing his thing as well. The Bears, we know, hey, look, it's been nice and they look pretty good. And I'm on Williams today too. I'm on all the offense in this game, actually, Holden. And maybe it's getting a little bit dicey with the side now. If you're going to be under 4 points here, I'm still willing to try to take the Saints here, even sprinkle the money line in this game. And but most particularly, I like the over in this one with the quarterbacks to have a good game. Williams have a good game, but I think Kamara can have a good enough game that'll open it up here a little bit for Rattler to he might not win because he doesn't win, but this one probably comes down to a field goal in the end.
Yep, 100% with you. Smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the NTH Sports Picks YouTube channel. We've got a big giveaway coming on later in the month, I think around Halloween time. So we'll get in on that. You were wanting to say something there, Ramon. What are you wanting to say, pal? Anything? Am I reading it wrong?
Watching the end of this game, Rams are putting it on them here.
Brian Thomas have a catch yet? Can we just get a Brian Thomas catch, please?
Has he forgotten how to catch? I'm trying to wonder what's going on here with Thomas. Looks like he forgot how to catch a little bit. And you know what? You take some points early in the third there. No, this is a blowout, but you would have had it would have been a 2-score game. I don't want to talk about that like that, but you know what? NFL, you get so many possessions when we know how to manage that clock, and they've kind of mismanaged it here. They're outclassed now, and unfortunately they're going to be in a little bit of decline here. The Jags.
100% brochacho. By the way, Devontae Adams with 3 touchdowns today. Let's go to our next game.
Hunter's awesome.
We got Dolphins at the Browns. Again, it's going to be wet. You'll have a little bit of wind. Thing that scares me most about the points here is this Cleveland defense more than anything else. Spread is now 2.5. The total is just about everywhere, 34.5. Really low total, which, boy, and now the spread too. We're seeing it at 2.5 everywhere. I did see some 3s earlier in the week. Miami and Cleveland in Cleveland. The only bet we got on it very early was Quinshad Judkins.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, for sure. It's going to be a big day for the Cleveland running game. It's going to be a good day for the Cleveland offense. I think this is a chance to get Gabriel's a little bit of experience, a little bit of success today against Miami. I think that's key. We know that Miami's going to find it very, very difficult to run, but they're not going to stop trying, I'm sure, with Achane given what he can do. But if they're going to find it tough sledding, then they're going to have to go to Tua with Waddle and with Waller, who they both have looked very, very good. I think I'm not, like I said, you're not worried about the weather. I'm not worried about the weather. This is just a 6-point discount on taking the over here in this game. Cleveland defense is awesome. We get that. But once they start throwing a little bit, I think it's going to be enough because Cleveland's going to score, I think, a little bit with Gabriel here today in this entire offense, especially with Judkins probably running all over the field today. And also Judy and Isaiah Ford, I'm in on them today for sure. And Fannin Jr. going to get in the end zone again maybe here. I think the Dolphins, though, another one down to a field goal. A lot of volatility, I think, because of the offense. And I think I'll just rather take the over here. But I might be on the Dolphins plus the points.
Hey, we got a new special for you. Nuke30 is the code. Go to nukethehouse.com/pricing. Sign up with the code Nuke30, 30% off. Your bill, you are not going to get this deal very long. And, of course, Keg, our big guy here, up over 110 units betting this season. Was that Thomas? Did Thomas make that catch, or was that so? That was not Thomas. Hunter, it's Hunter Day. Woo! Panthers, Jets in the Meadowlands. Here's another one. Got to back a really bad team this week at even money, +1 or -1.5. We got the Jets now. Did this thing flip a little bit? I'm taking the Jets in this game. I think they could take out the Panthers. The Panthers have been really good at home. They have been an absolute debacle on the road, and I don't see the Jets losing every single game this season. This is their best shot.
Right, but if the Panthers go 8-0 at home this year or something like that, that it's going to be a successful season. The Panthers are,
yes.
I think, we're selling a little short. They've really improved, no doubt. But this is the NFL, and when you get down to this situation here, where they're going to have the Jets definitely have some matchups that favor them in this game. So I agree with you, Holden. I think this is the week to get one here. A great job by the Panthers. I mean, this is off the charts here right now, the way they're going, and good improvement here, but I think they can eat today. The Jets. This is another one where I've got it over. I think that McMillan can have a decent game here for the Panthers, and they can maybe even keep up a little bit here and make this a fun game. I think they will. I think it'll be a fun, high-scoring game, and I think the Jets in the end with Hall, probably easy running for Hall here. Yeah, the Jets a little short on the passing game for sure with the receivers because you're relying on probably Reynolds and Lazard, but Taylor's interesting at tight end here in this one. Probably target him a little bit for the end zone. But the Jets, if they had better talent on offense, they might be able to really roll it up. But because they're a little bit short offensively, doesn't mean they're not going to score because I think that it's just too good of a matchup against the weak defense of the Panthers. So I like the over. I like the Jets.
Throw your best bets in the chat where you're on today. We're going to move on to our next game. Make sure you smash that like button as well and subscribe to our new YouTube channel, NTH Sports Picks. Eagles 2.5-point favorites on the road at Minnesota. 43.5, 44 is the total, what we're seeing right now. As far as the side goes, I have not seen a lot of movement. Maybe it vacillated between 2 and 2.5 all week. Can the Vikings pull this out here against an Eagles team that really, admittedly, they say they haven't really played great football this year?
No, we've already made a lot of fun at the Eagles' expense here, and I'm going to keep doing it right now. Yeah, I'm getting 2.5 points, so I'm taking the Vikings for sure here in this game. I know, look, hopefully, I don't know what's going to happen when McCarthy comes back, and, it's not a great situation for Wentz here, but I think at home here, the Eagles, there's obviously, it's more than the on-field play. It feels like right now with this team, feels like a little bit of, finger pointing and things. Then there's no need because the team should be pretty good. But I think this is kind of backfiring on them a little bit. And I think, look, I'm a fan of O'Connell, so I like the Vikings here in this game, and I think it's going to be a low-scoring game actually in this one. I think the Eagles are obviously finding a little bit of difficulty offensively right now, getting going, maybe because of the lack of confidence in the passing game here at this point. If they don't get the running game going, then all of a sudden everybody's all up in arms. And meanwhile, still got some good talent over there on Minnesota right now. Even if Carson is kind of bringing them down a little bit, he's obviously somewhat capable here against the Eagles team that seems to be lacking confidence. So I'm going to take the Eagles and go under.
So this next one, Patrick Mahomes all of a sudden is playing really good football, right? So he's got Rashee Rice coming back. Oh, I'm not going to mess with Rice. He's been sitting on the sidelines all year. He's been suspended. He ain't hurt. He's been suspended. You don't think that this guy, Patrick Mahomes, is excited to see his number one out there? To get him at over 64.5, I just said, F it. I got to go in on this. He's going to come back as the alpha. Worthy set up in a nice spot. They still use Kelsey a little bit. They don't have a running game. The Raiders defense. Remember last year when they made fun of Patrick Mahomes? I think they had puppets or something, little marionettes. Hey, I'm not worried about this. Chiefs today. Excited to see the Chiefs go out there. Now, 12.5, 13-point spread. I'm not messing with it, but I still think the Chiefs throw even if they are up a couple of touchdowns. 44.5 total. Ramon, either side, a player prop. What do you got for this one?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, look, the Raiders have covered 4 of the last 5 against the Chiefs here in Arrowhead. The Chiefs are 4-11, last 15 against the spread in the division. Late steam comes in on the Chiefs, bumps it up here to 12.5, 13. You're right now. I'm on the Raiders, of course, in this game. This is when the Chiefs start to snip the Chiefs a little bit too much. It feels like here. Raiders, look, we know they've got big-time problems and everything, but Genty can have a decent enough game. I'm hoping to continue to see improvement out of him right now. Look, the Chiefs can guard these guys in their routes and everything here in this game. But I just think this one probably ends up as being a division slugfest, actually. The Raiders got to come in and get rough with them here. That's their only chance. And if it's going to be a low-scoring game, I'm thinking it'd be something closer here, holding 24-17, something in there, really grinder here. Yeah.
Our team total whisperer, Yeg. I mean, he's got to play in this game. You guys are just butting heads. You're like Rams right now. It's amazing. But you like a little lower scoring game. Okay, let's get to our next game. Smash that like button for this show. And then don't forget NTH Sports Picks, our YouTube channel. Subscribe right here in my backyard. Actually, like 45 minutes from me. Denver hosting the Giants. Could be gorgeous today, mid-70s, maybe even upper 70s. Crazy, crazy weather out here in Colorado, where the Broncos, this spread is now sitting between 7.5 and 8. It was 7 for quite a bit of the week. Now I'm seeing 8.5 at FanDuel. A lot of trash talking. This is easily the most bizarre one-week rivalry I've ever seen in my life. Jonathan Cooper comes out, says some stuff about Jackson Dart. He's saying stuff. It is so bizarre to see two teams that play each other like once every 6 or 8 years to come out here and start talking so much trash. Anyways, best bet of the day, besides JSN with the Seahawks at his longest reception, going to be Dobbins rushing yards to the over. What do you got?
I remember a famous Super Bowl. That's how old I am.
A long time ago.
Okay, well,
long time ago.
Well, Jackson Dart is young. Jackson Dart has 5 interceptions and 3 touchdowns so far. He's facing the Denver Broncos. Good luck. 27-9. It's going to be an obliteration here. Not sure the Giants are even going to find the end zone in this game. I like Denver to dominate. Look, I don't think they'll do a lot offensively in the game here, but they'll do enough, and they'll do enough to cover double digits here, I would think, in this one. I think it's okay for Bo Nix here for sure. I don't think it'll be a off-the-charts game for these guys, but I just don't see any success at all for the Giants offensively right now with this with the Denver defense, and I think they're going to make it very, very difficult and uncomfortable for them today.
This has been a historically amazing start for a defense. Like, they're on pace to exceed what the 84-85 Bears did with sacks. That's how good this no one's talking about it. I told you a month ago, Nick Benito's got to be in the mix for the Defensive Player of the Year. His odds are shot. They have superstars as edge rushers, and the defending NFL Defensive Player of the Year at cornerback, when corners rarely, if ever, win that award. Amazing defense. Now we've got the Colts at the Chargers. Woo! I'm leaving this to you. This is your Chargers, buddy. 2.5 the side here with the Chargers favorites. Danny Jones going against LA, 45.5 total.
Well, I just talked up the Broncos, so why couldn't I? And you said no one is. I just did, and I'm talking up the Chargers today.
Let's go.
They're getting healthy defensively, right? Mack is coming back. Perriman's coming back. They're missing still their good young running back here. It's going to be Kamani Vidal, but don't run anyways against the Colts. One thing they do well is kind of defend the run a little bit, but I think with the passing game today is going to be outstanding for the Chargers all the way down. Oronde Gadsden the second. Remember his dad? It was pretty good.
Yeah.
And, he's moving into that receiver role that the Chargers need at tight end that they really haven't been getting this season. I was trying to pump up their tight ends a little bit. It hasn't really been that good, but this kid's stepping up here right now. Chargers going to have a big day against the Colts. I'm not calling the Colts a fraud yet, Holden, because they do have Jonathan Taylor. Jones has been great, but look at the schedule so far. I think the Chargers get this one in and under today. That total's too high. I don't expect Colts to reach their team total.
Nice little crowd today. You're watching, smash that like button. And again, we have a brand new YouTube channel. We're going to start throwing more content on this and not on the old channel, NTH Sports Picks. Commanders at the Cowboys. There should be a lot of points in this game, and the total's saying it between 54 and even a 55 out there. Can I say 55? No, 54.5, 54. And then you've got the Cowboys who are actually favored at home, -1.5. Now, there's massive wide receiver issues for Jaden Daniels. He'll be throwing to Jalen Lane today. He'll be throwing to McCaffrey. He'll be throwing to, Chris Moore. So if you want to get involved in the props market, I think that's probably the way to go. But boy, who's stopping Jaden Daniels? Who's stopping Dak Prescott today? I might have to bet his 3 touchdowns passes.
Well, maybe the Commanders do okay against the pass. I mean, I don't know if it's a great. I know I think more so. I think the numbers are a little high for Dallas. That was the thing that kind of turned me off with playing their props here. I think CD and Pickett, look, they're great. But I can't get involved with those. It just seems like the bookmakers like, come and get it if you want it. We're going to put these numbers way up here with Dak as well. So I actually am not on any of the Cowboys. Look, I'm just playing the law of averages here and going under, but I got the Commanders coming and win this game. These are the games that the Cowboys can't prove themselves right now. They're getting the wins when they kind of can get the wins. Maybe catching some teams by surprise, but division game here, at least I think they're getting a little bit healthier in some other positions. I think Bill Merritt can have a strong game here. Maybe he's been a disappointment, but I think against Dallas here, Bill Merritt can have a big game. And I love all those receivers. I think they're great. I know it's going to be a little bit rough going there. You mentioned basically the 3 guys they're going to have to rely on, because Ertz is also, I don't think he's been cleared to play necessarily, right? I believe he's still questionable as well. Yeah, a lot of problems here, no doubt. But look, I love McCaffrey. He might, I saw, I'm not saying because Chase had those 23 targets on Monday night, but I bet you McCaffrey might have 15 today. And I like those receivers a lot. I think they're going to surprise and come through. I'm actually taking the Commanders to win this game in an under. I get it. It should be a wild game, but you know what? That's still a division game, and they might get stuck somewhere around 3 touchdowns each and get late in the game and get some defensive stops.
I'm about to push the button. Dak Prescott, 3+ touchdowns, plus 182.
Okay. No,
he's done it in 3 straight. He's getting CD Lamb back. I get it. Javonte could do his thing. But CD, and now that we see out of Lamb, I think it's got to be worth the sprinkle here. Dak Prescott, 3+ passing touchdowns, plus 182. I'm going to shop it a little more. It was on my.
You're right. No, a bit more because, I mean, look, there's nothing wrong with the play that you're making. I'm never going to criticize you guys here, but you think it'd be better. You'd think it'd be more. It's just that everyone knows it's going to be a big day today.
I don't know how much more I'd really think it would. Honestly, I think 2.5 should be less than 182 at this point. It's just going to be a shootout, dude. I think that this might be the game that we live bet a little bit later on this afternoon. Might be the game. Green Bay at the Cardinals. We don't know what's going on with Josh Jacobs at this time. We do know Jacoby Brissett starting for the Cardinals. 7-point spread. Green Bay on the road. 44.5 total. That's what I say about this.
Look, I've kind of been on Brissett already here a little bit once, and I'm probably going to take him again here. I mean, it just seems like the Cardinals can still get this done. I'm not sure the Packers come in and actually put up a huge number on them here, and I think this one just ends up falling within the number again, and the Cardinals get this one at home, especially with Jacobs. I mean, it looks like a game time decision here coming in. So, look, could be a big game for Kraft. I get that, but every time coming in here against these Cards, man, they find a way to get these touchdown doggies home, and I can't pass again here. So I'm on the Cards. I'm on the over.
So now we just got the night games, which should be interesting, to say the least, right? We got the Falcons and the Niners tonight, and then we got the 2 big games tomorrow. Let's just do the Falcons and the Niners since that's coming up tonight. It's at 8:20 Sunday Night Football. We will be live betting that right here on the NTH Sports Picks channel. Falcons, 1.5-point dogs on the road. Niners and Falcons total 46.5. I mean, Kendrick Bourne is probably going to be in another great spot to win us some money. And he has 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, no doubt. I think Niners are going to be in a good spot here tonight against the Falcons, actually. That's the way I see it. Look, we almost wanted to bury the Niners at the beginning of the season here and say that they were going to be in decline. And even when Matt came along, we said Matt was just a fine replacement. Too bad they're kind of stuck with Purdy a little bit, but Mac's been fine. He's been great every game. He seems like a little bit better here, and I'd love to go against young budding teams off the biggest victory they've ever had in a couple of years. I mean, it's just a total typical handicapping angle you're going to use every time. So it's going to be the Niners tonight. They might even blow them out of here. I'm going to go under in this one. I think the Falcons are going to end up having some issues finally here. Niners injuries on defense for sure. Going to miss Fred Warner, man. Guy's one of the best in the league. They've already been shorthanded all year. But in this one, it's Niners for me convincingly tonight. Off the Falcons off that big win.
All right, go plug what you're doing, Ramon, and then we'll get out of here and go and enjoy the games. And hopefully everybody sticks around on the NTH Sports Picks channel for our live betting show, 4 o'clock slate, and then tonight, Sunday Night Football. Ramon, take it away, pal.
I have a morning show on the Sports Money Network every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, and I have a late night show on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel at 2:30 a.m. Eastern, 11:30 p.m. Pacific. Night Moves.
Love it.
Appreciate it.
Smash the like button. Subscribe to the NTH Sports Picks YouTube channel. And one more time, you see it here on the screen. Use the code NUKE30, 30% off your payment. You go over to nukethehouse.com/pricing. NUKE30, 30% off. That's going to be as good a deal as you're going to get with us. Ramon, always good to see you, my friend. See you next Saturday for the college football Get Right show. And then, of course, next Sunday as well, we'll have another one here. For Ramon, I'm Holden.